Okay, like I said by the title, living on SSI. And the reason why I get it, because I have sickle cell disease, I'm considered disabled. And I've been receiving it since I was 18. I'm 47. So almost, I guess, 30 years. Um, yeah. So when I turned 18 and 2 weeks after, 2 weeks after I turned 18, I got my first apartment, and I was living, well, at that time in California. Excuse me, I'm almost trying to get a cold. I was born and raised in Inglewood, California, so I live in basically San Fernando Valley. So when I got my first apartment at 18, I was so excited to have a studio apartment, and HUD has always been here. So I got a HUD low income apartment. And at that place, it was very beautiful, a lovely area at that time. And I paid around 500 or something. But the good thing, it had utilities paid and stuff. I didn't go to college or anything like that. Had no desire to go to college. At that time, I just wanted to be married and have children and everything else. Obviously, you can't do that much living off of SSI, even SSDI, government assistance, and everything else. But to be honest, I really didn't have that much ambition in all this. So I was like, okay, as long as I have a roof over my head, a decent roof, a nice area. And I've always lived in places where I had beautiful grocery stores, restaurants, things that I could walk to because I never learned how to drive. I still don't drive to this day, never had a car. And so obviously it will limit you. But I did have friends. I met some college girls. They were really beautiful and nice. And I also dated and everything else. And I really had no problem with the dating because all the men, and I like older men, they would have their own houses, their own cars, and they would pick me up and everything else. So, but you are limited in a lot of things. And I think over the years, when you live in a HUD place or low income, it kind of stops you for kind of pursuing things because you have to be in a certain amount. And when it comes to SSI, which is probably the worst, is that if I even try to get a job, if I make $2, they'll take $1 away just automatically. And they don't give you a chance to build up a working habit, and all that automatically take your stuff. And then, like I said, I will tell you, I really didn't have any ambition of nothing, and so like that, and just dealing with the illness that I was born with. And but I also felt bad that so many women got to do other things. They got to travel and all this other stuff. But I guess I had no confidence. And I will tell you the truth, I'm a high school dropout. So I was slow in reading. I was in those special classes. And back when it was worse because they'll literally tell kids that you're just retarded. And they definitely wasn't helping no black child and all this. So I just had a lot of things I was dealing with from a little girl, and it still happened as a grown woman, basically. And so I kind of gave it up in my life, and I was just like, okay, who cares? At least I get money for this illness, and thank goodness for America, basically. So I guess my dream was that I'd be rescued by a man, like some other women, obviously not a lot, but some of them. And so I was always going to church with my mom, my sisters. At that time, I did, I guess, believe in God or whatever. And I was, praying to get a husband and all this other stuff like that. Just like they say, husband's supposed to protect you, provide for you, and all this other stuff. And pretty much every woman wants that. Only why a woman does not want that because she's been hurt by men. Okay. So I didn't care anymore. And then at that time, as I got older, I got, I guess, into a depression state where I didn't want to deal with people at all. So there'd be years and spans that I wouldn't talk to my friends. I burned a lot of bridges, and I really didn't care. Um, I just wanted to be in my house. And so then it became to the point that I only started meeting men online. And that's 'cause I really didn't want to go out and all this. And then I did try to work. Like sometimes I would, at that time, I would do Home Depot. I used to work at KB Toys. That was a long time. They're gone now. Um, what else did I try to work at? I know it was Home Depot, KB Toys. Oh, I used to work at Sears. They're gone, and stuff like that. But I wouldn't last for no more than a month. And I really think that I kind of feel like, and this is, I don't know, I think I never really wanted to work. I never been a person who really wanted to work. And I really don't like people that much. And I definitely don't like people telling me what to do and everything else like that too. And at that time, obviously, was no social media, and obviously was no place where I could work from home and all this. And so I just let my life slide. And I do regret that. I do regret not really valuing my education, not trying to learn even after I dropped out of high school and all this. And I was just so into being with a man and having a child and everything else like that too. And that didn't work out. So I didn't have my first son. Actually, he's my fourth. I just had many miscarriages. And I didn't give birth to him until I was 37. And I was in shock because a lot of the doctors said I could not have any children. I could get pregnant, but I wouldn't be able to have them to full term. And they gave you very little when it comes to SSI, but I was still grateful. But when my son came, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know anything. I have no working skills, no basic working skills. I can't even do what they call data entry and all this other stuff. I feel like when you on SSI, SSDI, government assistance, it can almost have you stuck and complacent, um, and a little bit lazy and procrastinate and stuff. So I regretted that. I really do because I was not prepared for my son. And now we got social media, and I was like, I wonder, should I was debating if I should do a YouTube channel and all this. So nervous to get the little money taken away from me, which is really nasty because this little money really is not going to work because now I do have a son. He's beautiful, he's healthy, and everything else. And if I stay stuck like this, I will ruin his life. Um, I don't mind being stuck and staying in my house. I could care less about me. But I would really ruin my son's life because now he can't do anything. He's an only child. He's also homeschooled, and I really wish I can take him to put him in karate class or kickboxing class, or have him do things and all that. And but obviously you need money for that and stuff like that too. So I don't know. I'm going to do my best. One, I did start a YouTube channel. This is probably my third. The other two I just deleted. And all that. And here goes another thing. This is also my problem. I start things but I never finish. I start them and I don't finish and all this. And my mother always built me out. She helps me out and everything like that too. She even helps me with my son, even though we kind of have a toxic relationship or whatever. Even my sisters. But I guess I'm nervous to even stand on my own 2 feet. And I know a lot of people say nasty stuff, whatever. But just pretend I'm a white girl saying that, right? And then you have more compassion, right? And all that. So I don't know what's like in me that I don't want to. I don't know. I guess I feel like why start it if I'm going to fail? I think that's what it is. Why start when I'm going to fail? And just thinking about that, I've been on SSI almost for my whole life, not doing anything with my life, not doing spectacular stuff as a woman and everything else like that too. Looking at other women be boss ladies and travel the world, and it's just weird. I never thought I'll have it this long. Shit, I never thought that I still be waiting to be married just all this time and stuff like that too. But so yeah, I am sweating. Okay, I'm in Arizona and it's almost 120. Okay, so please. And I don't have the fan for a reason because it'd be too blowy and stuff. But yeah, I know everything about SSI, SSDI, HUD, Section 8. It's basically the same thing. I mean, I even did the ticket to work. That's useless. It was useless then, it's useless now, and stuff like that too, because they really don't want to give you things that are appropriate for the disease that you're dealing with or the disability that you're dealing with and everything else. It's not good for me truly to be outside. So, because I'm born with a disease, a chronic disease, I don't need to be outside because a lot of you guys could put germs on me. I could be in the hospital for 2 weeks, and I need to, and then because of the weather or however they have the, however they would have their building, whether it be too cold or too hot, and everything else, a lot of things come into factor where I could have less crisis, and that's pretty much the goal. So what I need to start doing is to learn basic skills, data entry, and to see to get a job working from home. But like I said, I'm going to do the YouTube thing. I mean, I see all these people making money. I ain't trying to be a billionaire or millionaire, whatever, but I am trying to make more money than what I receive from SSI, at least twice or three times more than that. And I receive less than 1,000 on a monthly basis. Okay, and my rent is like 100. I mean, for what is it, 1,400 and all this, and I get help with that. This is a housing voucher and stuff like that. But yeah, sometimes you can get nervous, okay, that, oh my gosh, I'm on SSI, I'm on SSDI, and people are watching me and all this other stuff like that too. But guys, it's just nasty to be stuck in the poverty area, the low income, being not being able to do nothing. um, I mean, I could never even afford a car. That's why I never learned how to drive a car. I never even had a credit card in my life at all. So it's like, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard and stuff like that too. But you guys can ask any question if you want to, and make a lovely comment. Subscribe to me, my son's channel. Support me, my son's channel, like you support other people and all that. And thank you for watching.